flyer too. Jam! Cooler and a flyer too.
Hello. Welcome back to A1 Forever Sports, man. Chris Tipmore here, and I got T Will from One Time for the Fan and for my ATL Sports One with me. Today we're talking about the Atlanta Hawks versus the Los Angeles Lakers last night. It was on the West Coast, Hawks on the road. So, of course, late night game last night. The game didn't start until 10:30, didn't go off until almost 1 o'clock. So today we just decided to go ahead and hit you guys up in the afternoon with the recap and our thoughts of the game yesterday. But before we do that, and shout out to Robert Blackman, who's normally first in the chat.
Yes,
And
he is.
yeah, normally he's first in the chat, man. Good afternoon to you, Robert, and good afternoon to everybody who is watching from wherever you are watching from, A1 Forever Sports, or for my ATL Sports One with T Will. T Will, man, tell the folks what's going on, man.
Hey, man, how's everybody doing? Hey, man, we're just here talking about these Hawks today, and they came up a little short last night, but I still got faith in them, and I still like where it's going. And hey, look, the Lakers just got us. We got them the last time, so
Right.
I think they were well prepared, and looks like they pulled out a few bells and whistles last night. A lot of backdoor cutting, a lot of give and go. And they moved the ball really well last night. So, they were a little too much for us last night. It's okay. We'll regroup and get after it today, right? We have a game later on tonight, correct?
We have the Los Angeles Clippers tonight.
Yeah.
We are going to be playing the Los Angeles Clippers. And I'm not going to lie, the Clippers are a tough team too. So we got to make sure that we are well prepared for them. We have to at least, because we're 0-2 right now in this road trip. So it's time to start trying to stack some wins, start to try to we don't want to come back with a losing record on this road swing. Even though, honestly, we're going to be on the road for most of January. The Atlanta Hawks are. The Atlanta Hawks only have roughly about 5 or 6 home games in January. So, it's going to be road warriors, so we got to get used to it. But this is the longest road trip of the season for the Atlanta Hawks right now on this West Coast swing. But T Will, man, I'm going to be honest with you. Last night, for me, man, when I look at the Atlanta Hawks and the Los Angeles Lakers game, a few things stood out, especially, and I'm gonna compare and contrast from the first time we met the Lakers compared to the second time we seen them. But just real quick about last night's game, something that I noticed was, first of all, of course, the 3-point shooting. Now, Atlanta is not a stellar 3-point shooting team. We can knock them down. But we're not lights out from 3. And last night was one of those games to where the ball was just not going in the basket. The Hawks were 6 for 34, 17.6% from the 3-point line. That's not going to get it done against an AAU team.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
Never mind a professional basketball team with the pedigree of the Lakers and players like LeBron and AD on there. But that's just not going to do it. Also, I'm sorry, bro. The rebounding. My goodness, we got killed on the boards yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
56 to 39. And real quick, when we played the Lakers the first go round, we won the rebounding battle 48 to 40. The Lakers had that also. Lakers second chance points. It just cannot happen. Second chance points was 24 points for the Los Angeles Lakers compared to 13. So that also aligns with what I was saying about the rebounding. It just seemed like the ball was bouncing everywhere that the Lakers wanted it to bounce. And then for the Hawks, we were just missing shots. The Hawks put up 100 shots last night, which was 12 more shots than the Lakers. They still will only hit 41. The Lakers hit 43, but it was 41% compared to almost 49%. It was 48.9%. So that's right there at 49% for the Los Angeles Lakers. So those things are things that kind of like stood out. And the last thing for me that stood out was the bench mob was not mobbing last night. I'm not going to jump on DeAndre Hunter because that was his first bad game of the season for me.
Oh, StreamYard. And you there?
Three.
Hey, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze for a sec.
Yeah, StreamYard. Hold on, real
Mm-hmm.
quick. Let me see if up a little bit better. All right, so pretty much like I said, real quick for DeAndre Hunter, he had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no steals, no blocks. For those who care about the plus and minus, he was minus 11. And he was 1 for 12 from the field, being 0 for 6 from 3. True shooting was 11.6%. So DeAndre Hunter was absolutely terrible last night. But again, ain't no way in the world I'm going to sit right here and bash DeAndre Hunter at all with the season that he's been having so far. Bogey, he was just coming back and he only gave you 5 points. He was 1 for 4 from 3, 2 for 6 from the floor completely. But you know, he was just coming back off of injury. He hasn't played in about 6 games. I guess I can't really jump on Bogey either.
Yeah,
Harrison Matthews. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, T. Will.
No, I'm just saying he was a little rusty. I mean, you can see.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. But I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit because I want to get your thoughts too. Like, okay, so those were my 3 things for the Hawks that stood out. You know what I'm saying? Bad 3-point shooting, bad rebounding, and also the bench mob just not being able to get out the starters gate and everything to help the Hawks, because bench points is another category we've been able to win most of the season. So, but what's your thoughts, man, as far as like things that just stood out to you as far as like this game against the Los Angeles Lakers, and then we're going to compare some things that happened when we was at State Farm compared to being in crypto. Yeah, being in the crypto center, the crypto arena.
We didn't have an answer for LeBron, man. I mean, he came out and he was banging threes, and you know, he was either banging threes or he was distributing the ball. They moved the ball really, really well last night. A lot of cutting, a lot of backdoor cutting, a lot of overhelping from the Hawks sometimes, which you know it can happen. But LeBron shot really well. You know, big fella. What's his name? Anthony.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he got in a little bit, and it looked like JJ had a time with LeBron. It just it was like it's like JJ is baby LeBron, much skinnier. And you could see it last night because LeBron kept backing him down. I'm not saying JJ probably could stand maybe about 10 pounds of muscle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For dealing with guys like LeBron. Now don't get me wrong, JJ gave as good as he got. I mean, look, if JJ was in there, he was putting up points. He competed. You know, I'm not questioning his effort. LeBron is a handful. LeBron is one of one because he's as big as an NFL tight end, but he is nimble and quick and gifted and has the skill of an NBA guard. And that's just tough to deal with in that package, right? So
that's just facts. That's just facts, brother.
That's just, bro, that's tough to deal with. And he played well. You know what I mean? He was more assertive. In my opinion, the game in Atlanta State Farm and the game in crypto, LeBron was way more assertive. Percentage from the field, he was hitting threes. I know he got cold for a little span in the game, but he was knocking down threes. And if he wasn't knocking down threes, he was passing it well. The Lakers moved the ball well, and they just out hustled us as far as the rebound. And it seemed like some of the rebounds came to them, but mainly they out hustled us in the paint. And you have that. You just can't.
What's my man's name? Austin Reeves. I just feel like he was so optimistic last night. But he was an opportunist last night. That's the proper word to say, because he was getting points, but even he was like just getting in on plays, even if it is like getting a finger on the ball. Max Christie too. Max Christie was he didn't have a lot of points. I think he had about 9 points. He had about 9 points against the Hawks last time when he played. But either way it goes, it's like that guy in those 33 minutes, he harassed Trey. He did harass Trey. Now, don't get me wrong. Trey still had, still had the most points of the night. you know what I'm saying, out of everybody with 33. But just him being able to try to like be a pest, and it's almost just like with Dyson Daniels, who by the way had about 5 steals last night again. You know what I'm saying? So but he hounded Trey. I feel like he did a decent job enough to not Trey go off for 50. You know what I'm saying, or something. So he did. I think he did enough for that. But I gotta agree with you, bro. Like they did move the ball well. After a while, LeBron got into a rhythm to the point to where he started scoring about 8 to 9, I think about 8 to 10 points, you know what I'm saying, like in a row.
He went
Especially
off.
in that fourth quarter. I can already tell you, in that fourth quarter alone, he had 9 points alone, which was the most for the Los Angeles Lakers in that quarter. Him alone had 9 points. AD had 0 points. So that lets you know that was LeBron. But Austin Reeves, again, he had 5 points in the fourth quarter. Rui Hachimura, who has really been a ghost as far as on the offensive end for them a few games, he even hit a big 3 in the corner. And I was like, man, where is you coming from? So, like, but again, things also that we didn't talk about, the free throws too, man. The free throws was different because for example, in State Farm Arena, the Atlanta Hawks had 22 total free throws. They hit 17 out of 22. The Los Angeles Lakers had 16 free throws in State Farm Arena, right? Okay. Last night at halftime, the Lakers were already at like 18 free throws, about 16 free throws compared to the Hawks 4. And then by the time that the game ended, the Lakers had shot 25 free throws and the Hawks shot 18. So it did get a little closer, but there's a discrepancy right there, man. Come on, like how in the world these Lakers getting all these calls? And what's up with LeBron, who feels like he never fouls? This man feel like he never fouls. Like no matter if you think he's a GOAT or not, or whatever it is, bro. Like you have to say something to the referee every single time, huh? It's just like you never foul, you never do anything wrong, huh? It just be a lot, man. I be feeling like some things get catered to the Lakers because they're a winning franchise. They got LeBron, all that mess. I don't know what
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 100%. And you know what else? The Hawks have to, because I'm noticing a trend. Hawks got to do better with these free throws. They have to do better with these free throws. It's no excuse. We are halfway through the season and we still got shooting. We got guys shooting free throws like it's the first week. We have to do better. Like this is the NBA, man. That's the difference between success and or failure. Look, you said they had 24 points off of second chance
points, right, 24.
And then we were what out of free throws?
Let me see. There we hit 14 out of 18 free throws, so we missed only 4.
That's your lead right there, right? So the second chance points, because we're 24 to 13, that's 11. And then we missed 4, that's 15. We lost by 17. So that's a 3-point game if we can close that out, right? If we can hit all our free throws and give them no second chance point, like right there you go, right there. That's the difference in the game. That's literally even with our poor shooting percentage, that's the difference in the game. And what I'm seeing now, and you know what, it may be a product of injury, I don't know, but the Hawks this year have been very good at playing their game and saying, look, if we know we're not a 3-point team, but we're gonna bang the hell out of you inside. And we could not do that last night. And I think that's if we can't control that interior, if we can't control going to the basket, what happens on the inside, a lot of times we're not successful because to your point, we are not a great 3-point shooting team. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. No, you're fine, bro. And I hate because the Hawks only had 8 turnovers compared to 18 from the Lakers. So that's another thing too. If you be able to put the ball in the basket more, limit them more on the other end. Honestly, man, I believe the Hawks take this game because no disrespect to the Los Angeles Lakers, but I do not feel like they're a better team than the Atlanta Hawks.
Me neither.
You know, and I just don't see it. Yeah, they got LeBron, and I already know you can just say LeBron, and that can be like half of another person's team.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying, you can say AD, and that could be the rest of it for some. But ultimately, I think the Hawks have players, have a team that can really, you know what I'm saying, compete with anybody. And I know you said it before. It's just they got to continue to grow and continue to learn how to win. Different circumstances are going to happen on a nightly basis. So you just got to be able to know how to adapt and adjust. We talk about that in football all the time, making adjustments. And you got to be able to do that. And Robert Blackman, he says no inside scoring. And to a degree, that's true. But the Hawks really controlled both games. The Hawks won the points in the paint against the Lakers. 58 points in the paint against the Lakers again in State Farm Arena. Hawks still had 64 points in the paint last night compared to 46 from the Lakers. So, like I said, to a degree, that's true. But I mean, they was getting into the paint. They was getting in there like all night long. And I was happy to see Onyeka Okongwu. He dropped 14 and 11. You know, I said that was decent right there because he was 7 for 12 from the field.
Yeah.
So you like to see that Onyeka. You want to see more from Clint, of course, you know, but Clint, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is with Clint. He's never just been just a dominant scorer, but you would like to see him at least have more than 7 rebounds. But of course, going against AD, who is a way better athletic player, just an overall better player. AD is an overall better player. And you know, going up against that's tough. That is tough. So, you know,
that man, full course meal, man. That you bring punch to that, man. That dude's big, physical. He can shoot it. His issue is he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. But if he can stay healthy, I mean, he's a force. Because dude is 7 feet, but he can make plays like a guard. You know, he can shoot it. He can shoot the three. He can pass it. He can cut. Like, he can do anything you want offensively. And every now and then he's going to come up and smack one because he is 7 foot, whatever. And look at he and LeBron. That's a hell of a package, man. So, you know, you gotta have your full assortment, right? You gotta be able to, you know, we weren't at full strength last night. And look, I'm not making excuses. But you know, whatever, you know, sometimes it happens. I'm not mad at it. We did beat them in State Farm. You know, we have beaten some of the better teams. It just wasn't our night. And, you know, sometimes that just happens, man. Sometimes it's just not your night. Ask the Georgia Bulldogs. Sometimes it's just not your night. You know?
And this is the reason why we had so many points in the paint, because Trey was getting into the paint last night. And he was able to, you know, to find other guys, you know, easy scores like around that rim. So yeah, but real quick though, let's switch gears just a little bit and just talk about an incident that happened last night in that game. Jackson Hayes, what's up with you? What's up with you, player? What's up with you, man? Like, you mad because Trae Young was able to get that floater on you and kind of flexed on you a little bit, and you got in your feelings, huh? Like he was out there yapping a lot.
Every now and then that happens, man. But I just want to take a moment to give Trae his propers because, you know, from the outside, it may look like he's not scoring as much, but Trae is having a hell of a season.
Yes.
A hell of a season, because not only Trae is the igniter, right? If Trae's not out there getting it going, that's a problem. So a lot of nights, if he doesn't have a lot of points, he's got hella assists. You know, if he doesn't have a lot of assists, he has a lot of points, but he's figuring it out and he's doing a great job. And he is leading this team. He has accepted his leadership role. And I think he's doing a great job, man. I just want to give him his props because look, at the beginning of the year, nobody thought this team was going to be where they are now. I thought for sure we'd be like 3-48. They've played well, man. This team has embraced the defensive culture. They're playing together. They're playing unselfish ball, and I just think it's great, man. And I think Trae, you know, he got 33 last night. There's some nights he might get 25. Some nights he might get 19, but He's
Shoot,
getting
we've won the game where Trae Young had like 12 points.
yeah. We won a
And we
bunch of
still
games.
won the game.
Yeah, we won a bunch of games like that. And even last night, man, Trae made some great shots. Trae made some difficult shots. Dyson Daniels made some good shots, man. Dyson went to the left
he had 13.
with the finger roll and but the degree of difficulty because he had to do it before Anthony swapped sides, and Dyson played well, man. Like look, I know we're just barely above 500. I love this team, man.
Well, this has been our best start to a season since the year we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. No, not 2021. Talking about back in 15-16. So, this is one of our best starts to a season since then. Take that into consideration, too, when you're looking at these Atlanta Hawks. It's a lot of years in between there. And we have been to the playoffs. But to have our best start since then, I believe, it at least says a little bit. It really does, so you have to take that into consideration. And these Atlanta Hawks, man, they're going to continue to grow. They didn't get it done last night against the Los Angeles Lakers, but you had to fight against the referees, man. Those referees didn't do the Hawks any favors. I just feel like in every sport, we're just complaining about the referees a little bit more. I don't know if that's just all bad on the referees or are we complaining too much? Honestly, when I do think about it, it has been some terrible officiating. It just has. Mm-hmm. And you look for different crews of officiating because, like I said, you don't want to come down to that and blame officiating. You really don't want to, but it has been some terrible calls. It's been some terrible officiating this year, and last night was also another case. But so they cleaned it up a little bit better in the second half, but almost every game we be trying to figure out why isn't Trae getting calls? Why is it being calls for the other team more so than the Hawks? And against the Lakers, it was just night and day. Compared to State Farm Arena, compared to Crypto, it was night and day. Real quick too, it was crazy because in 2 games against the Lakers, the Hawks have put up 200 shots. They put up 200 shots. At State Farm Arena, they was able to hit 50 of those shots. At Crypto, they was able to hit 41 of those shots. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because the Lakers, they shot the ball better actually at State Farm Arena than they did at Crypto as well.
Yeah.
But it was just everything else that we've been talking about already in this live so far. Second chance points in the paint, shoot points off turnovers, rebounding. I think that rebounding killed us more than anything just because of the margin. The margin, and this is another testament on how the Hawks was just missing a lot of shots. The Los Angeles Lakers had 39 defensive rebounds out of 56 total rebounds. 39. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks only had 26 defensive rebounds, 13 offensive for the Hawks, 17 offensive for the Lakers. And again, like I said, 39 total rebounds for the Hawks, 56 for the Lakers. So,
and there you go right there.
Exactly. The Lakers had as many defensive rebounds as the Hawks had total rebounds.
Yeah. That's the difference in the game right there.
That's it, bro. That's
it.
That's right where you lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you lost. And I said again, some of those rebounds, it was bouncing their way. But to your point, the Lakers just out hustled us and wanted it more than us at one point in time. Because when we played the Lakers, and it's crazy too, because it was similar then. When we played the Lakers back then, we were 13-11. The Lakers were 12-11. Now they're 24-14. We're 18-17. But they also just made a trade too. I wanna touch on that just because we're in the middle and we're in the moment, and it's the Lakers and the Hawks, and we're still having a relationship even after this game because we do have the Lakers first round pick. But the Lakers have also made a trade. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. They got rid of D'Lo. They got what's my man name? He played last night too, Shake Milton. And they also got Shake Milton. And don't look now for everybody, but the Los Angeles Lakers are the 4th seed in the Western Conference right now.
They're playing well.
So, yeah.
Very well.
And that doesn't bode well for the Atlanta Hawks. That doesn't bode. We need the Los Angeles Lakers to be the skid, to be going back the other way, not going up toward the top.
I don't see that. This team's playing well. They're playing very well.
You think that trade is going to be something that really like help catapult them to the next level? Getting rid of D'Lo. I was about to say D'Lo Brown.
If anything, it's addition by subtraction. Getting rid of D'Lo.
Yeah, man. I mean, D'Lo, man, it got to the point to where it just seemed like he didn't even want to be there, man. Just some of the plays that he was making or wasn't making, it was just like, bro, what are you doing? But it's man,
amazing at how some guys can just check themselves out. You know what it is? It's amazing. So there's the world that you see, right? And then there's the world that everybody else sees. And a lot of times when you see these mercurial guys that one night they can go out and score 60 and 3 nights in a row they just absolutely suck and don't score 5. But there's kind of this discrepancy or this chasm between how we see them and how they see themselves, right? Because if you talk D'Lo, it's just weird. You know, it's just weird, right? But I would not. D'Lo has a lot of talent. I wouldn't want him on my team, and I wouldn't want him on my team because he's not consistent. He is not consistent. And look at it. It takes a commitment, man. If you're gonna play in the NBA, you got to be committed, and people don't realize, right? Like in our business, right? Let's say our business in podcasting. We're doing this on a Saturday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Right. We just said, hey, let's do a show. But like anybody else, Chris, it takes a commitment.
Absolutely.
You're not going to have your best stuff every day. Some days you just don't feel like it. But if you're committed, you got to get after it. And I just don't get that from D'Lo. Like someday, let me tell you something. When D'Lo is on, he's as good as anybody.
Right.
He's as good as anybody. But when he is not, ooh-wee.
Man, I always looked at D'Lo as an upgraded version of Nick Young to me. I always felt like, you know, just like if Nick Young and D'Lo play one-on-one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm picking D'Lo. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I just felt like he has been, you know, it's an upgraded Nick Young. Overall, and I'm not going to stay on D'Lo long, but as far as just like his commitment and everything, I'm not sure like where he is right now because I know he doesn't want to be in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is rebuilding. I know he doesn't want to be out there, but it's discipline, man. I feel like it's discipline, just like coming on here, doing these podcasts, you know, so when you could be doing something else, when you could be trying to figure something else out, you really just got to have that love for it and that discipline. And doing things when you don't feel like doing them, that is something that teaches discipline. That is something that, you know, separates you from the rest, you know, because I already know straight up, me and T Will, we're not necessarily like feeling our best energy wise, but at the end of the day, we have a dedication to not only the logo, which is the Atlanta Hawks, Falcons, or Braves. We also have a dedication to our audience, the people that take their time out of their busy schedule, their personal lives,
to tune in,
to give us some watch time, to give us a like, a comment, and subscribe. So it's not just for us; it's for
others. Up here with BS. Can't come up here. So, Chris, you can't do that, you know. Yeah. But it takes a dedication. You gotta have a love for it, but at the end of the day, man, you gotta you cannot, like my father always told me, always give your best. No matter what. At whatever you do, son, at whatever you do, always do you like I can remember playing some games and he pulled me out himself. He'd be like, the coach would be like, what are you doing? He'd be like, I got this. Get over it. I remember that. I'm,
Hey, bad.
I'm playing left field in Little League, and I did something. That man pulled me out, and the coach is like, "We only got 8 guys." And then my dad's like, "Well, now you got 7."
Right.
Pull me out. He said, "Son, that was piss poor," and he used that exact. But that was piss poor, and I don't want to see that again.
Right.
You
Right.
go run a lap, and then you get your butt back in left field, and I don't. And you know, look at Willie Wilson was dedicated, man. You can't. It just it's funny because when I see and no disrespect to D'Lo, look, I'm not a player
Right.
and I'm not judging them. And hey, you've accomplished something that a lot of people won't, but I just don't get that dedication from them. And if I'm wrong, I am sorry, but I don't get that. You know, there's some nights you can look him in his face and it's like you can see he don't want to be there. He
Right.
don't want to be there. His body language is like shit, man. I'd rather be somewhere else. And you can't make it about yourself, right? You
Right.
cannot you cannot make it about yourself. It's funny. My wife and I, and this is a brief subject change, and I promise I'll get back. But my wife and I were talking about Raheem this morning.
Uh,
That's how bad that interview was, and you know what I'm talking about. But that's
yeah.
because she heard about it and she was like, "What is you know?" And I said, Kim, I really think Raheem cares. I just think that Raheem is incredibly accurate. Excuse me, incredibly arrogant.
Arrogant.
And it takes a certain humility to do this business. If you're gonna succeed at anything, bro, you gotta accept the fact that you're not perfect and you're
Yeah.
always learning something. You're always
Yeah.
I'm 54 years old and I'm learning new stuff every day. And I'm
Right.
old as shit. But
And
I'm learning.
everybody's just not gonna like you. You're not gonna be
Right,
everybody's cup of tea too. So I
right.
understand that.
And look it, I get that, but I'm learning every day. And what really disappointed me, because I really like Raheem. I really
Mhm.
do. I think Raheem is brilliant. But he had an opportunity there to say, look, you guys, I messed up. You know what I mean? I got in my head. Here's what I was thinking. I'm really thinking we got a young fella up there, and if you put him in a situation where he's got a zero blitz and they drop some people back, even though you don't drop anybody back in a zero blitz, but let's just say they do that, we might throw it away there. And I didn't want to give away our opportunity. Now, it still doesn't excuse it, but guess what? If he'd have explained it that way, what could we have said, Chris?
Different. It'd been
Okay,
different. It'd
right?
been a
We,
little
we could
different.
have just shrugged our shoulders and said, okay, those who hate him will still hate him. But the Atlanta fans out there who want to give him a chance would have been like, okay, but that answer yesterday was just and my point in connecting the two is you have to be disciplined in everything you do. You got to be disciplined in your humility, right?
Mhm.
You got to be
Mhm.
disciplined in the way you answer questions. You got to I mean, you do this every day. You know, sometimes you can't say what you want to say. You know that. You do this every day.
Mhm.
You and I were having a conversation about that when early in the season when the Hawks did something and you was mad, boy. You was mad. You remember? You know, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Right. Right. Of course. Of course.
You were
But
mad that day, and you you were mad. I know you know what I'm talking about. And you were like,
yeah,
man, I'm thinking
it
about
is what it is.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about making this recording, but I better not do that. I was like, nah, you better not do that, man. You gotta have discipline. So anyway, whatever, man.
Yep.
I didn't mean to get off on a tangent. Look it, the Hawks will
Yeah.
be fine. I mean, even if you don't, because they really didn't do us a favor with the schedule. Let's be real. But even if you don't win tonight, you're still at 500. I think you're gonna be okay. We do have some guys that are hurt. And we're getting back to full strength. I think
Yeah.
we'll be okay. I think this Hawks team will bounce back. Maybe not tonight because the Clippers are
Yeah.
tough, and we played last night, so we're gonna be tired. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, luckily the travel arrangements is not crazy because you're playing in the same spot. You're just going down the street. Everything is just like playing basketball the day before at Welcome All Park, and you know what I'm saying, you going down, you know what I'm saying, to a different part that's just, not so known, but it's only a 5-minute walk away.
It's like an
You know,
AAU
so
tournament. It's
Yeah,
basically
you
like
know,
an
so
AAU tournament.
yeah, so it just like it's not going to be crazy, but I'm
Mhm.
just looking at and thinking about what the Hawks have to face as far as like just going forward with the schedule. The schedule, they have the Clippers tonight at 10:30. Then at least they get Sunday and Monday off because they got to go play Utah at 9. At 9.
StreamYard again, Chris. So when you come back, you're paused for a sec, man. We can't hear you. You're paused, Chris. Damn you, StreamYard. Damn you. Well, I think Chris is talking about us playing Utah, and I don't think Utah is that great of a team. I don't know what their record is. So anybody out there, if you know it, drop it in the chat.
Oh,
I don't. Chris, you back?
yeah. Utah, it isn't anything honestly, but I'm just thinking about just these West Coast, night trips because then on the 9th, which is Thursday, you have to face Phoenix, and that's another 9 o'clock game. Then you hop on the plane, come back to Atlanta because you got 3 p.m. game against the Houston Rockets, which is a
Oh, that's brutal.
kids night game.
That's
Well,
brutal.
kids afternoon game, excuse me. So you
Uh,
have you got the Rockets at 3 p.m. on a Saturday after playing at 9 p.m. on Thursday, hopping back on the plane, coming to Atlanta, getting some rest, but you playing 3 p.m. on Saturday. So, like
hmm.
you said, so I'm just saying that to cater to the point what you were saying about the schedule. We really don't have a lot of favor, 'cause I mean, at least after that Saturday, you do get that Sunday and Monday off again before you play Phoenix yet again at home on that Tuesday. So that's our next 5 games: Clippers, Jazz, Suns, Rockets, Suns again. And T Will, we need to win. We need to win like a nice share of those games because even being at 500, I'm still looking at us trying to battle. Right now, we're in the 7th spot. We got to
Mm,
start being able to beat some of these teams who are considered better than us, who are considered
mhm.
a dominant force in the East or the Western Conference. We know we have the capability because we've done it before. We've beat Cleveland. We out of those 4 losses, we are 2 of those losses with
Yeah,
Cleveland. So
yeah.
we've beaten Boston. We've beaten some of these top teams. So we have the ability in us. We just have to figure out how we're going to mix and match and how we're going to be able to get after it. A lot of it is effort. A lot of it is execution. And I don't want us to continue to see us over helping. I don't want us to continue to see us not boxing out. It's the little things that you can do that take the team a long way. And so it's time to move up the standings. It really is, man. It's time. I'm ready for it. The Hawks. It's time to. We've been talking about a young team, but I can't say all year long. Oh, they're a young team. They're figuring it out and everything like that. We're in 2025 now.
Mm.
Honestly, by the end of this month, if you're not putting it all together, it's like, okay, well, we see what they're going to be, but we kind of know where they're going to end up. And I think the sky's the limit for this Hawks team, man. They just got to start putting more wins together. They got to start getting further away from this 500 mark. Like it'd be like nice to go on another 6-game win streak starting right now to
Mhm.
give us some breathing room to get into to have over 20 wins and still be in the teens on losses. But, I want to see us move up the standings. And again, I'll say it again for the last time. They have the capability because they've already done it.
They definitely have the capability. And look, this is a fun team to watch, man. This team, when they are doing their thing, is very fun to watch because they create a lot of points off turnovers. Their defense is tenacious, and you
Mm.
mess around and let these Hawks get hot from three. I mean, they can beat anybody. So, um, this is a fun team to watch, man. Last night's game, not so much, but
Mm-hmm.
again, this is one of the more fun teams that I can remember in recent times watching. Because I've watched a lot of Hawks teams where it was just it was hard to watch. But this team is fun. And these guys are only going to get better, you know. And look I mean,
Right.
you got Phoenix twice, you got Utah. Those should be 3 wins. The one tonight, I don't know specifically because we played last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough off of back to back. You
Yeah.
normally don't have it. Oh, I shouldn't say normally, but it wouldn't surprise me if we came out a little lethargic. Now, if we come out and kick ass, hey man, I'm not complaining. Let's go.
Mm.
But you know, we just need to settle down a little bit. Hopefully, we can get Bogey going. Hopefully,
Yeah.
DeAndre Hunter has a better night. Look, he was due one, man. He's been playing lights out.
Right.
I got nothing bad to say about DeAndre. DeAndre is my sixth man. He is my guy, and I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off. And you know, maybe some of this is the Hawks' fault for not getting the defender sooner that you know could maybe help him out. You know, because as we've seen, if he doesn't have to do everything, he's a better offensive player. And I feel stupid for never really putting that together and thinking about that. But when you think about it, it makes sense, right? It makes
I
sense.
mean, makes absolute sense. I mean, basketball is more so my thing anyway, and it just like just watching it, I'm like, I already know the energy that you're spending on both ends because you're the best wing defender.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else, everybody else is crap around you as far as like wing defending. We had Kevin Herter and all them other folks like that. We know those guys aren't no type of defenders. Shoot, Kevin still get cooked to this day. So it just like my thing. I mean, I love Kevin Herter. I appreciate his time here in Atlanta. He's still Kayvon, but the truth is still the truth. Just like Bogey. You know what I'm saying? Bogey, you know what I'm saying? He's better on defense this year. You know what I'm saying? But in his past is known to be cooked. So it's just like, hey, it is what it is. But going back to the point though, he was the only wing defender. When Dyson Daniels came in, I knew I was like, Dre doesn't have to do it by himself no more. He's going to have more energy. He's going to have more opportunities to score because Dyson isn't the scorer that Dre is. So, you know what I'm saying? At least, you know what I'm saying, on paper and from what we've seen. So I just knew I was like, man, he has the opportunity, but it's all on him. And I'm just glad that DeAndre Hunter took that opportunity. And let's give Jalen Johnson, before we get ready to get up out of here, let's give Jalen Johnson some more grace too. Mm-hmm. After coming off of an injury, coming back into the lineup, you're met by LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. Let's give JJ this. And he still had like 19 and 8.
Yeah, he was still giving it to him. So even though LeBron was giving it, guess what? He was giving it right back to LeBron. Because it was a couple of times he went right to the hole and nobody stopped him.
Mm-hmm. 8 for 13 from the field.
Check. Table for 2. Here we go. Bam. Oh, you want another one? Let me give you some of this East Side chicken. Bam. Oh, okay. You want it from the other side? He was giving it to him. So
give you some of this West Side windmill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's so crazy how like his dad is always in an interview and then JJ dunks. How is that even happening?
I love that JJ has no fear, man. Like he'll dunk on anybody. But I tell you what, though, the play of the year so far was Dre dunking on what's his name?
Wemby. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dre dunking on
my! I hate we didn't win that game, man. But damn, that was just because that was a play, man. Oh boy, I just that's for me. That's one of the highlights of the season because it encompassed everything we were feeling at the moment, and he just threw it down his throat and was like, I'm going to be here all day, buddy, and you're not going to stop me. I'm going to be here. And guess what? It's going to be a long. I don't give a damn if you 7'6". You still ain't stopped. You can get another 2 feet. Oh, I love that. I love it. I'm sorry,
man. The way he dunked on him, and that was the 2-piece and the biscuit.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you a question. Nice. If you're 7 feet tall or 7'3" or whatever, do you like? Are you? If you're his coach, are you getting on him for that happening? Are you?
You talking about for him to getting dunked on?
Yeah.
Nah, I would have got on to him if he didn't challenge it.
Okay.
Like if he didn't jump at all, I'd have been on Wemby head. I'd have been like, bro, you know you like 8 foot tall. Try for it. Go for it. Give me effort. If anything, if I'm the coach, I'm like, so what that he dunked it? I appreciate the effort to not just let him go in and try to get an easy score. That's what I want. I want effort. I want somebody that's going to try to go in there and not allow the guy to score. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I don't care if you got to, you know what I'm saying, kind of like give a guy a little nudge in the air and everything like that just to make sure he don't score or something. I ain't saying hurt anybody, but try to stop the guy from scoring. Like, for real, give me more effort. That's all I ask for. Give me maximum effort, because when you give maximum effort, you have games like when you come back against the Chicago Bulls, you know, in the fourth quarter, having only a 0.6 chance to win the game, and you still pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Maximum effort.
Bro, I've never bro, that's incredible. But honestly, that day that Dre dunked on Wemby, I've never seen that Dre like that. Dre, competitive Dre, like Wemby Dre looked at him like, I'm gonna kick your ass. All day, bro. All day. And I loved it. I've never seen that Dre before. I loved it, bro. Chris, I'm be honest with you. I probably rewound that damn play about 5-6 times because I couldn't believe it. I was like, not Dre. Dre? My Dre.
Well, you seen a little something about a mean streak. Remember last time we played the Lakers, him and LeBron got into it because LeBron was doing too much. And, you know, he was trying to bully Dre, and Dre was just like, hold on, bro, what you doing? Like, watch out, back up off me, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I see that, but no, that Dre that dunked on him and then looked at him like, oh, it's gonna be all day, bro. Oh my God. I jumped up out my seat, man. I'm being honest with you, man. I'm in love with this team. I'm in love with the way they play. They don't back down from anybody. You're not gonna win every game. Nobody's gonna go 72-0 or 82-0 or whatever. But this team, they don't fear anybody. They don't fear anybody. They don't give a damn. They just want to come in and play. If you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. But I ride with these guys, man. I cannot remember a Hawks team in recent times, Chris, that just had that attitude like we don't care. We don't give a damn. Even what's his name? That man, Mama, there go that man again out in Denver. Who scares the hell out of me? That Jokic, that dude right there, man. That dude is a problem. I don't know what the hell we got to do for him, but we got to figure something out because that dude, man, he's something, man. We just can't stop him, and it ain't for lack of trying. It's not for lack of trying, bro. It is not. But anyway, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, bro.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, at the end of the day, I feel like for the most part, well, actually, I feel like we've covered everything that had to do with that game. Again, bad shooting night that happens. But that rebounding can never happen like that again. That's where you really lost the game. Outside of just shooting, outside of the bench not benching like how they was doing in previous games, that rebounding just was atrocious, and it can't happen. We have the team rebound. We have to out hustle guys. We have the youth. We have the length. We got to go out there and get it, man. I don't care who's out there on the floor. We got to want it more than the other team. Just simple and plain.
Yeah.
Simple and plain. But man, T-Will, man, please, man, let these folks know where they can find you. And, you know, so when the next time you're going to be on.
Yes, sir. Well, you can find me on 3 channels. You can find me on One Time for the Fan. I'm there Sunday nights at 9. I'm sorry, Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights at 9, Friday morning at 9 a.m. Bird Gang, which I think now is going to be Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. And my channel, For My ATL Sports 1, the number 4 My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. And you can find me there Monday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning for My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. So please like, share, and subscribe to all. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to A1 Forever Sports and like, share, and subscribe to 95 North. That's my boy Chris's channels. But yeah, hey, guys, everybody that's in here that joined us, thank God. Appreciate you. We thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to spend this time with us. We thank you. We appreciate it. And hey, man, go Hawks, and we hope you have a great day. Also, got to thank God. Wouldn't be here without him. And last but not least, I got to thank Mr. Jack Spade and my brother, Mr. Eric Parker, because I wouldn't be here without him. And there you go, Chris. It's on you.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe. You know, have a basketball, football, or baseball conversation as we're continuously trying to grow this channel over here at A1 Forever Sports. Just crossed over the 4,200 mark. And, you know what I'm saying, we're not satisfied. We need more. We need more. Please help us with more. So, you know, yeah, man, we need more over here, man. Trying to push over 5,000 and beyond, man. So just continue to check in with your boy, pull up on your boy, man. A1 Forever Sports, Twitter and Instagram, A1 Forever, Twitter, Instagram, A1 Forever, and The Real A1 Forever. I repeat, The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Help me and my bro T Will get out here in the algorithm, continue to grow in our channels. And hey, man, we're going to be into this Hawks community a little bit more. I know football is winding down. Not going to talk about the situation that we're facing tomorrow because this is a basketball show, and we're going to keep it basketball. So, you know, but overall, though, the Hawks will be a topic of discussion more. I can see a midway through January, especially because, you know, football is ending. Mm-hmm. So expect more Atlanta Hawks shows. I know, especially from me. I'm pretty sure T Will is going to be doing some Hawk shows as well. We're most likely going to be collabing together. So look out for that. Look out for some baseball material too, because it is January. The Atlanta Braves are also right around the corner. What are they doing? What aren't they doing? We're going to be talking about stuff like that as well. So just stay tuned, man, and get ready to lock in for 2025. 2024 was about growth, and 2025 is about even more growth. So just keep it together, man. Make sure y'all find y'all peace today. And thank y'all again for tuning in. Until next time, peace and blessings to you all. And to you all, we will holler.
A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Damn. Cooler and I'm